Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Hopefully all is working as I had to make a couple of last minute adjustments. I have to make a couple of last minute adjustments here. No, definitely don't make that much, that should be good. Oh, right. Welcome to the stream. Frame rate's not the happiest. We've got a long way to trundle down pit lane. I also need to be a professional streamer and change. There we go. Welcome to the stream. We're here at Spa for a big grid race. We've got about over 70 people in this race across 4 different classes. We've got GT3, GT2, Cup Cars and GT4. And it's also wet for qualifying here, so this could be a very interesting race should the rain stay for the race. I haven't done any wet practice too. Which is very useful. But this can act as a bit of practice for us. But it is also qualifying, so we've got to make sure get a good lap in. Although not that it's really gonna matter. maybe being a bit safe at Barouge and Radion, but it can be a bit tricky in this car to begin with, let alone when in the dry that is, let alone when it is raining. And we'd rather just get a banker lap down to begin with. Rear end stepping out there. Rear end does seem a little over-pressured. Just trying to stay off the curbs in the AstroTurf. Skiing rear end, just stepping out. So hopefully if it does rain, that little change to the pressures can help balance the car out. It's a 39th. The track is getting wetter throughout qualifying, so might be a bit difficult to improve. Whew. Getting on the Astro there. Massive save. Has cost us a chunk of time though. You can see we make that time up with where we made our mistake last lap. Thankfully that cup car lets us through. Just once I'd go out wide. There's very little coming back from that. Now we only have until 15 minutes left in the session to set our lap time. At that point it'll be time for the GT4s to come out and start setting their lap times. Actually getting into the apex of T1 there. So let's see if we can find a little bit more time around the lap. We've now made a couple of mistakes. So there is time to find. Just slightly tapped the curb there, and you see what it did. Yeah, just making a few mistakes there after getting on the curb at P1. All these little slides have also just overheated that rear left tyre a bit. Let's see, where is our pit box? Our pit box is very early, as it's quite late to join the server. Nice practice pit stop. Some people are already picking up penalties in qualifying. Well done to them. So where did we qualify in relation to the other Cup cars? We're second in the Cup class, actually. Which, for what felt like quite a crap qualifying session, isn't quite good. Only just under 3 tenths off the next Cup car. That's much better than I was expecting with those lap times, and we definitely had those 3 tenths in the lap. If we go to timetables. I think the fact that it was always the middle sector I made a mistake on. Or well, you can see actually, you know, first sector, oh, there's the 10th. Um, Final sector, there was a 10th in it through Blanchimont, and we know middle sector if it didn't mess up, Piff Paff or Peon. Yeah, there's definitely time in that, or the calm chicane as well. There's a couple of tenths in there as well. We were a quarter of a second up at some points, then we lost it, then we got a quarter second up again. So it's a good half a second in there at least. I'm just going to mute game audio for a bit. Ah. Oh, right. Oh, that's good to know in future. Alright, so something to do during the session is to make a couple of pit strategies. So I'll leave 4 for the I'll have 3 each. Alright, let's bring the calculator over for fuel now. So we have, let's just see, timetables. And that's about 17s for GT3s. I was doing about 220s. I assume I'll get lapped once. So if I do... Alright, no, it'll be 7,000 divided by 117 is 137. So 52 laps. Let's say we're doing 51. We're using 2.6 liters. We'll need 132.6 liters of fuel. But with mixed conditions. Okay. So how much fuel can we start with? I'm going to reload the aggressive setup. I'm just going to take 1 psi of the rear tires. So we can start with 100 liters. Which we will. I just need to check. Oh, there's a pit window. Oh, that puts that. Then, let's just see. Is that okay? So we have to go 15 minutes into the race. I'll put 36 in to start. Then I'll probably take a pit stop, add 1. Or no, not add 1. I don't know. Have 1 to add 1. Have 1 to add 4. 36, and we'll have another to add 72. Then we'll have a few wet ones. So I'm bringing this down by 0.4. stand back. Put that one as well, and then we'll just replicate that here. But with, say, 36 liters of fuel. Gonna be a bit of a strategic nightmare this race. Having two GT3s start behind us is also concerning. The fact that the GT4s only are less than 2 seconds off the slowest Cup car time's a bit funny, though they are quite a bit off. Doesn't look like they got sort of representative laps in. So GT4's qualifying session has come to a close. They'll just be finishing off their remaining laps. Let's see. Drag that off screen. Yeah, I can delete that. Yeah, I can delete this to make space. Oh, and I know something else I can delete. Delete that. That. I can't delete anything in here. And yeah, I can delete all of them. And there we have the end of qualifying. So we had 3 people not able to set a time in qualifying. GT4, who cares? And 2 GT3s, which might get a telling off. Oh, this is pain. gonna get heavier. So let's just fill up arrow. I don't think that's gonna do much. Um, let's say 26, 26, 6, 25, 4, 6 down here, and then 26, oh, up here. That's about what I have here, isn't it? Bring that down 0.1. This... Gonna be a bit of a strategic nightmare, this, I feel. Actually, let's bring this down to like 7. Yeah, 70, let's say. So 74 people. Long wait being back here in 44th. As always, get some heat into the brakes. As that heat can then radiate into the tires to help warm them up. Wheels spinning up on the puddle at the pit exit. That's a nice screen freeze. Now try and get a bit of heat into the tires. Oh, I know what I've done. Yeah, there's no point in me taking the start of this race. Not on slicks. Ah, yeah, because I reloaded the setup. That was stupid. Yeah, so I'll just wait for it to teleport me back and then... That doesn't... that's frustrating. Yeah, and we're back at pit lane. Oh well. Everyone should be again the call to foul up into double foul now. Yeah, slicks. In these conditions. Not wise. Especially when soon they go get wetter. If it was going to get drier, the tires would be green to all hell. Fun on if I was by myself. Not fun. Not fun with everyone else around me in the pack. And there's been a big crash at turn one. There's been a crash on the way to the Lacombe chicane as well. The big killer here is just how far down pit lane I am. It's like you see everyone else is starting in the pits. Like they're all right down the Camel Straight, whereas here I am still trundling down pit lane. Well, and away we go. Everyone else is starting to approach the final sector already. Oh, I'll have to fix that in a minute, Kiki. Another crash at turn one as everyone is starting the second lap. Really can't wait for the rain just to get heavier during this. You can see the tires already starting to get a bit hot. These are very much intermediate conditions. Alright, that should be game audio working now. Just run on the wetter part of the track here, try and cool down the tyres as much as possible. Trying to avoid big slides like that, as it's only going to hurt the tyres. Yes, I was recording stuff yesterday, and I forgot to change the settings back, so I think I got it all sorted. But was a little scuffed at the start of the stream. That was risky, running over the AstroTurf again. Got away with it this time though. looks like the rain's going to be stabilizing over the next 10 minutes, which isn't ideal. It is set to get heavier again in 30 minutes. Just the sooner that rain can come, the better it'll be for the tires. We are starting to catch up to our first GT4. Short shifted there. Just need to remember to keep driving off the racing line to keep the tires cool. Big moment there. Pit window has opened. But we don't want to be pitting at this stage, as it'd probably just put us in the traffic. Lap down, of course, which would be really detrimental to have such blue flags. I also have no idea what times the sort of leading cup cars are doing. I'm planning to complete all 3 mandatory pit stops. That was scary. Get past this Maserati before a Rouge. Car has a stop go for speeding in pit lane. Will not quite catch the Ginetta before the Lycombe chicane, and here come the penalties from race control. Penalty for speeding in pit lane.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
As we just make our way through the GT4 traffic. Now that car's come out of the pits, and you might not be able to see, but they still have a 3 next to their mandatory pit stops. So they haven't served, with that pit stop, they haven't served, oh, they were the one that got the DT, weren't they? So we do take that position. And that is a genuine position.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Positive thing for them is that they'll cooled down their tyres through pit lane.
Be careful there. There's a slow car over there.
Yeah, unfortunately we're not able to pick our numbers unless you're paying the premium subscription plan, which I don't intend to do. So, what are you doing?
Got some light damage on the front.
I don't want to reverse back onto the track.
Cars approaching.
Car actually stalled. Only what seemed like a light tap with the wall, thankfully.
Left. Clear on the left.
10 seconds. And of course that's going to have damaged the tyres. People.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I think they have a lot of damage. Looks like the weather is being very stable for this race. which has me very tempted just to not fill the fuel tank, because we don't need that much fuel, I don't think.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Faster car behind you. Faster car is approaching. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car is approaching.
I love when we can beat the GT3s on acceleration.
Car on the left.
GT2s still have us in a straight line though.
Faster car approaching. Vigilant. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car is approaching. Vigilant.
I'm very tempted just to pit now because am I meant to make time up when I'm constantly being lapped? That's a bit of lag.
Faster car behind you. Yellow flag in sector 2. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
We'll keep it at that. perfectly on the marks. Yeah, track is only damp. It doesn't help that there's so many cars in the field that, you know, the track is going to be drying up so much in that regard. And with this slightly longer pit stop and the long pit lane, you know, we might end up coming out in the same place that we were pretty much.
Mandatory stop is not clear. Come on, let's go.
But we'll take new tyres, full tank of fuel now. Because it doesn't look like the weather's going to be changing, so we're not going to be making any sort of weather strategy stops. You can see the leaders are making their way up towards Blanchimont now. And we were in that gaggle of cars just coming to the start of Sector 3 now. So we are going to have better track position, but it won't be for too long. Hopefully that gaggle of cars kind of spread themselves apart, taking their pit stops. Now, we don't need to stay in the wet part of the track right now because tyres are obviously cold, just being put onto the car.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
We can see the surface of the tyres is already starting to get a little warm. So now half a lap in. Try not to slide the car like that.
Yellow flag is set.
Actually got a fight for position in front of us. A GT2 trying to pass a GT3. GT2s and GT3s are fairly similar, but the weather conditions, the rain will be helping the GT3s with their extra downforce.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Make sure we cool down the tyres as much as we can. On the straight. Going a little deep. I've got to remember I'm on 100 litres of fuel now, not 70. So car is going to be a little more sluggish. But the idea is if in all honesty, retrospect, I shouldn't have put a full tank of fuel in. I should probably have only have put an extra 30 litres in to get us back up to about 70-75 litres of fuel. Because we'll still need to have a 30-second pit stop. I'll probably take new tyres at one of the remaining 2 pit stops. But for the second of them, it'll definitely be 1 litre of fuel only. And to be honest, with these weather conditions, we're probably very close to having enough fuel to go to the end anyway. The Porsche Cup is very fuel efficient. And yeah, as I just said, we're in the Porsche Cup. As you can see, the number board on the Relative has the little green marker, as all Cup cars do.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Yellow flag ahead, adjoining front. Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag, be careful there. Slow car ahead.
Few yellow flags coming out. Ah, the heavier rain, it's coming.
Slow car
Looks like that Porsche GT4 may have visited a wall and picked up some damage. Now this is a fight for position coming up. This is one of the GT2s we out-qualified. Looks like they're really struggling in the number 15 Porsche. Indicators on. They're going to pit lane, probably to repair some damage, I'm guessing. Little look where we are in the Cup class. We're currently P8. We are also technically fighting the Lamborghini STs, the Super Trofeos. They're on very similar pace to the Porsche Cup car. Unfortunately, we're not able to check how we stand amongst them. Let's just have a little look at the general overall. "21 seconds behind the next Cup car.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Still a long way to go in the race.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Still over 75 minutes. Still plenty of pit stops to be made across the field. Got one for the Porsche Cup cars. Heading to pit lane to make their first mandatory pit stop. They were in 21st and they're one of the top 2 Porsche Cups. I imagine they're actually the leading Porsche Cup car.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Well, GT3 had an opportunity to pass there, but didn't take it. GT3's being very cowardly and not making this easy at all.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Just slotting in around the outside of that Alpine. Ferrari going a bit wide up ahead. I haven't been counting, but I think that's at least the third penalty I've seen for the 46. Seems like they're being a bit troublesome. Yes, 75 has got a few.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag is second.
Looks like we're catching up to another Cup car, the number 71. We're on the same amount of mandatory pit stops remaining. So we're currently sitting in 45th overall, and we qualified 44th. Okay, we didn't start 44th, but is still somewhat of a representation of where we might be finishing. Though we do have a GT3 15 seconds behind us, approaching us for position. And I'm sure they're not the only one. As we have a lot of cars that we started ahead of that we're now behind. Or that we, I should say, qualified ahead of, that we're still behind. Things look to be getting a little busy up here. Ooh. 2 cars in the wall, including the Porsche Cup car. So we'll take that position. Now we've got the number 25 GT2 Mercedes. 6.5 seconds in front of us. I don't know if we're gaining on them. But they are now the next car for position. GT2s are a little faster than the Cup cars around here, as we've seen in qualifying. I've just realised, apparently we don't have any personal best lap time of the race according to our overlay. Unfortunately, from getting lapped, I didn't see what time the GT2 Mercedes set last lap, so I don't know if we're gaining or not. Everything else in the well, the position marker isn't working as well, so that is a little odd. Might be because we started from pit lane? Question mark. 43 has received a stop-go for speeding in pit lane. We're catching up to a GT4 that's for position. That promotes us to 43rd, but take a few more positions. People making their mandatory stops. But we have to note those are not net positions. They're just sort of temporary positions on loan. And we have closed up a bit to that GT2 mark. They're now only 5 seconds in front of us. They were 6.5 a couple of laps ago.
Yellow flag is acted.
And we are gapping the Cup car behind us. .54 heads to pit lane. That heavier rain is about to come in very soon. I might take that opportunity to pit for new tyres, to be honest. Although we do have a lot of clear air at the moment, so that really begs the question. We should probably continue and figure out next. Cup car on our relative, the number's 53. Now 6.5 seconds in front. And we're on. They're also on 2 mandatory stops remaining. I've just noticed that GT2 only has to take 1 more mandatory stop, so we're not even fighting them for position. Kirk getting very sideways and just overheating that rear right tire with that sliding. 40.4 last lap from the Porsche Cup car, so it seems like that is quite a bit off pace. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see the Mark GT2 time from the cars in pit lane, cluttering up the relative. We're also loaning out some more positions from pit lane. Including the number 38 Porsche Cup car. Porsche Cup in front looks to be really struggling. Lost snaps of oversteer through Peon. Could have been more aggressive there. Didn't think I'd have the grip for it. We got a lot more of Radion. Allowed us to carry more speed. We were still within track limits, as you see, we didn't get no time gained. And that will let us get the position. I've just noticed we have a few GT3s behind us. In which case I might make one of my 2 remaining mandatory pit stops. Yeah, we've got a lot of traffic not far behind us. But we'll go one more lap.
Yellow flag accepted.
Oh, we've got a car for position in front of us. Also on the same mandatory pit stops, a cup car.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
Car got quite sideways there. Yeah, it looks like some of those GT3s that were behind us have gone to pit lane, so I feel like I might just stay out.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag accepted. There's a car leaving the pit lane. Watch out.
Tire pressures are starting to come down a bit as the track is getting wetter. That's a very lenient no time gained. Yeah, so we're getting to the point I don't really need to be cooling the tires down anymore, because the rain has got heavier. And the rain is going to get heavier again towards the end of the race. speaking of track limits, there's, I think, our first drive-through for track limits.
Yellow flag accepted. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Clear on the right.
That's a little sketchy. It's been a crash up at Rouge and Radion.
Faster cars approaching. Faster cars approaching. Watch out. Yellow flag accepted.
Kinda wish I pitted that lap, but yeah, I do wanna take tires.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car coming up behind you. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That was a dive bomb and a half.
Clear on the left. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
And I'm pretty sure I have enough fuel for the rest of the race. I'm using about 1 litre a minute. And I've 54 litres in the tank. And there's only 43 minutes left of the race. We'll have to take 2 litres, 1 litre in each of our pit stops. So we got that down to 1, happy with the tire pressures. Hit our marks. Turn the ignition back on and take a little drink. Hopefully we'll get some clear air when we get back out on track. I also just noticed our track is still only damp. So, despite the rain getting heavier and getting into moderate rain, track is still not getting that wet, but there was a noticeable difference on the tire pressures. Hopefully raising up the tire pressures will also help the tire temperatures as well. Have a little less overheating. As I will say, the cars that are going past pit lane seem very quiet. This McLaren is just going to beat us out of pit lane. They've completed all their mandatory pit stops. And we've come out behind the Cup car that we have lapped. So we took those previous tires nearly 50 minutes. We'll have to take these tires only 40 minutes. And they shouldn't be get as badly worn or damaged, with the track being a little bit wetter. And also us not having nearly as much fuel. We had 100 litres last time we came out of the pits. Now we only have 53. Make a nice little move on that Cup car. Nearly lose our end again on the curb. And we've also got ahead of the 68. And we match them on mandatory pit stops. So we are currently P3 in class.
There's a slow car up ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
If I was them, I'd just turn across that apex curb. Otherwise, you could be waiting there forever. I did not expect to be this far up the grid. Welcome, Martin. Good to see you. We're currently got just over 37 minutes left of this
There's a car exiting pit lane.
2-hour race. As you can see, we're currently sitting 37th overall. And if I flick to in class, we're P3 in class, which is a miracle considering we started from pit lane. Now, we did qualify P2 in class. I can just see the 56 going up the Camel Straight on the track map. That is quite far ahead. So the 56 is entering the long right-hand hairpin as we start this lap. We'll see how we'll be able to look at our lap time then and see what the gap is. And because we both have a mandatory pit stop to take, that is the legitimate gap. That's a very awkward place for the 48 to be spun. I took it a little bit cautiously, just because, like, you know, you can't see where any car is as you go over the crest. You know, you're completely blindsided. But I knew there was a car up there somewhere, so took it safe in it. Proved to be a good choice. Now, the one thing we do have up our sleeves is, of course, the next time we pit, we're not going to be taking tyres. We're only going to be putting 1 litre of fuel in the car. Whereas maybe the other Cup drivers are taking new tyres. Now, of course, not taking new tyres will put us at a disadvantage in terms of, you know, we'll not have new tyres. They'll have new tyres and thus a bit more grip. But we will save about 26 seconds in pit lane. From having the shorter pit stop. Also a bit distracted, I forgot to check the lap time. That GT2 there got really sideways. That Porsche Cup's going to pit lane, which is handy. Welcome, Marty. Good to see. Currently just got 32 minutes left in the race. And looking at the lap time here as we approach this hairpin, just over a minute. That's how far behind we are to the next car in class. Just over 1 minute. So even if we do gain, 25 seconds in the pit lane, we need to find a lot more time if we want to make up places in our class. Welcome back, Martin. Let's kind of have a look where we are sitting overall. Quite a few of the cars around us have taken all of their mandatory pit stops. So we'd need to be quite lucky to stay in 34th, as we are currently. It looks like that Porsche Cup that's just come out of the pits ahead of us in 33rd, the number 38, might not have taken tires because we were about 10 seconds in front of them before they took that pit stop, or before both of us took our pit stops. That was a little sketchy. But we got through. You can see for the rest of the race, the rain will be getting heavier. How much heavier exactly, we don't know. We'll just have to stay alert and see as we go.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Fast car is approaching.
Well, that's not nice little half-second time loss. Just for them to go into pits to take their drive through. Hopefully, yeah, we should get this Janetta before the Lycom chicane.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I don't know why they'd try to race us in. I'd have to give up the position anyway from blue flags.
Fast car coming up behind. Watch out.
As we do have a GT2 catching us up.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
GT4 lets us through. And GT2 should be able to get past us here.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
GT2's having a little more straight line speed than the Cup car it seems, which is quite handy in this situation. I'll say we did close up a second on the Cup car in front of us. I mean, doesn't really mean much in all honesty, but it is nice to see. Rear end just moving around there through a Rouge. That was one of the other two leading Cup cars coming out of the pits, having made their final mandatory pit stop now. So we're by a whole transit through pit lane down on second place. In the Cup cars. And normally that'd only be about 30 seconds. But of course here at Spa, because we've got the endurance pit lane as well as the Grand Prix pits, it's such a long transit time. It's over a minute time lost. I mean, we'll have to make our pit stop soon in about 2 laps time. Couple of cars fighting for position behind us. I really want to try and catch up to this Cup car, see if we can take the leading class. Even if it is only temporarily, as we have to make another mandatory stop, whereas they've completed all of theirs. It would still be nice to be able to lead the class after starting from pit lane and having that instant where we had to avoid a car rolling across the circuit. Ended up taking about 10 seconds of damage, and I'd say lost maybe about 15 seconds in the incident itself. Rear end sliding around. Even on the entry to Peon, run a bit wide. I think the track's starting to get a bit wetter now. Track's just getting a bit slower. Yeah, I'm going to take my mandatory pit stop now. Just getting slowed down. We'll not take tires, as I said. 1 litre of fuel, as we have to refuel for pit stop to count. Hit our marks. And we'll pass that GT2 as it seems they're taking more fuel, maybe taking tires. We don't know. But we'll head on our way. And as of course, now that we've completed all our mandatory pit stops, we'll get a better idea of where we sit in the pecking order. Pit window closes in 4 minutes too, so most of the final pit stops should have filtered through. You can see the tyres cooling down in the bottom right. Already lost about 1 psi. So we come out of the pit, we've got a bit of clean air, which is great to see. And we're out in 39th place overall. It should still be P3 in class, but we'll have a check in a little moment just to verify that. Yep. Also, something I want to point out there. Earlier on stint, when the 56 took their final mandatory stop, they came out about 10 seconds, maybe about 12, behind the 38. That gap's now closed down to 6 seconds. We're pretty sure the 38 did not take new tyres in their pit stop, but the 56 did. And you can see that difference between the new tyre and the old tyre, just allowing the 56 to close that gap. They've got about 70 minutes left to make that strategy work. Meanwhile, for us, the 22, which we can see on the overall standings just in front of us, the ATM GT2 has just got a drive-through penalty for track limits. That's going to gain us another free position. They're in taking that drive-through right away. And the number 43 Maserati GT2 in front of us has a 15-second time penalty. So as long as we can stay within 15 seconds of them, we'll gain that place as well. We also have the number 28 GT2 Maserati in front of us, about 3.5 seconds up the road. So if we have some pace, we might be able to get up into 35th. A reminder for those that weren't here earlier, we qualified 44th, second in class. We started from pit lane as I made the mistake of not selecting not selecting wet tires for the start. So we had to start from pit lane to make sure we had wet tires. Oh boy. And that started us about a minute, maybe nearly a minute and a half behind. Well, yeah, a minute and a half from the front runners off the field.
Yellow flag accepted.
Then we had an instant about 30 minutes into the race. We had a car rolling across the track just on the exit of Blanchemont here.
Car on the left.
Yeah,
Clear on the left. Fast cars approaching.
that was very wise from the Ginetta just to stick in the middle of the road.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Only 4 seconds of damage from that and second lost track time. I was hoping they'd just stay left since they were on the left hand side, but then they started moving over right. At that point I was already committing to the right hand side.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Now 43 has taken a drive through for track limits. Seems like they've RTG'd. As you'll see in the thumbnail, if you go have a look at that, it is half pink, half blue, and then a bit white in between. Interestingly, I've just noticed on the mini-map, you can see the triangle, which is the number 7. The triangle denotes the leader of the race. And as the triangle is coloured red, the red denotes that it's a GT2 car. So we have a GT2 car leading the field, which is interesting to see. There we have new personal. Fastest lap of the race at 33.5. Let's see if we can get that bit lower before the end of the race. Might not be this lap since we have to let this GT2 through. Just noticed number 18 behind us that we are fighting for overall position with. But the GT2s are a little quicker than the Cup cars. So realistically, I don't see us holding on to this position. We also have another GT2, the number 1, behind us.
Car on the left. Faster cars approaching. Vigilant. Clear on the left.
Much better traction over the bus stop than the GT2. We'll try and give them a bit of a fight. I don't think I'll be able to do too much.
Yellow flag on. Vigilant.
That was very dangerous.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag in sector 1.
So there's a car parked there on the right hand side, just slightly edging on, or was just slightly on the track. And then it looks like a couple of cars, maybe side by side, trying to pass one another. Went to take avoiding action, maybe collected each other, found themselves in the left hand side wall. And then just as we were passing, they were both front to rear bumper up against the wall. The car behind was carrying more speed, so they hit the car in front. And looks like they might have just, with that contact, might have spun the car in front back onto the circuit. Can't say that's what happened for sure, as by that stage we were past the incident, but you know, had we been a second further back, that could have been a whole lot trickier. Then of course having the GT2 trying to pass us at the same time didn't make things any easier. Less than 6 minutes left in the race here, so we should get 3 more laps in. The number 1 GT2 Porsche behind us doesn't look to be going any quicker than we are. Although that last lap probably isn't a good representation with the yellow flags we had up here after Radion. Both only 3 laps, they'd need to be a good 3 seconds a lap quicker. I think we can just hold that off.
Slow car ahead.
We've currently find ourselves in 35, 35th. I go 9 places higher than where we qualified. Taking a quick look at the overall leaderboard, there's no one in front of us with penalties for us to take advantage of. So it looks like we'll be taking home .35th as long as we keep the car on the road. Bring it home to the finish, which is still a challenge in itself in these conditions. And the Cup car, no traction control of course. So moments like that can easily happen if we're not paying attention. I would like to try and go for a new personal best, but with the slight bit of damage that we have and the track getting a little bit wetter. Let's see, has it? Yeah, it has flicked over to wet now. So it's not just damp. There's a little puddle there just on the racing line as you turn into the Lycombe chicane. It's just causing the rear end to snap out as I turn in. Kindly, the Mercedes that just came out of the pits has led us through. So we have the clean air that we need to try and go for a fastest lap. We're just matching our delta at the moment, though we do have this Alpine GT4 in front of us. And they felt the wrath of our presence and promptly binned into a wall. How you didn't avoid that, I don't know.
The faster car is approaching.
Well, that's 35th gone. But I've just realised it will be second in class if I don't get a move on here.
Yellow flag accepted.
22 seconds of damage there. We do have a 2-second gap. Hopefully it is enough. I need to do something. Don't matter. Whew. Nearly lost the car into that Porsche. just turned in slightly earlier that lap to avoid that puddle I mentioned last lap. Looks like the Cup cars yielded to the leading GT3s behind. I'll let this GT3 through here. Go away. Can definitely feel the effects of the damage.
Yellow flag in sector 1. The leader has finished the race.
But looks like the Porsche Cup behind, maybe in trying to push to get third in class. He's made a mistake. You can see they've dropped off the relative. As we come through the bus stop chicane for the final time now. That's going to be P36 overall, and as the engineer says, P3 in class. I'm actually going to pull up because this is the fight for P1 in class. It is bumper to bumper as they come into the final sector. There's pretty much one opportunity here, and it's into the bus stop chicane. The 56 is a little wide, is on the AstroTurf, and that's going to be it. They needed to get a good run through Blanchemont to try and have the opportunity into the bus stop, but just getting into AstroTurf isn't going to do them any favours, and neither is going to be trying to drive through that GT3. But a very close finish there for the Cup winning Cup class. We'll wait for the final results to pop up. It was a 1-2 for GT2s in the end. Looks like it was a bit of a messy race for some of the leaders. As we wait, there are the final results now. So 25th? Oh, sorry, that's because I'm on the wrong car. Yeah, that's because I was spectating the wrong car. So 36th at the end of that. As you can see, second in class behind these two Cup cars. They got 24th and 25th. I also got quite close then with that final mistake. If we just have a little look at the replay. That's a 71 here. So you can see us in front there. They let the two GT3s through. Slide a little bit wide onto Astro. Keep under control, but there goes another GT3. This is where the next Cup car is, by the way, so they're a good 20 seconds back from the 71. And yeah, they just lose the rear end there, bonk the wall, and spin back around. Try and spin their car. Ooh, before the pack of cars come. At 22, just trying to take... avoiding action, then losing it on the AstroTurf. And then... who's that? 41 then loses it on the AstroTurf in sympathy. And then the 71, those rear tires being overheated, now it goes for another spin. As you can see, the 68 is catching up. So yeah, that gap came down to 15 seconds by the end of Sector 3. Oh.
Green light, show them what you got.
We won't get to see the rest of that, unfortunately. It's session ticking over. But yeah, tough race that one, but good fun. Nothing too serious. It was just a social race, and yeah, that was good fun indeed. It is nearly 10 o'clock, but as per usual, as I always like to do, we'll finish off the stream with some Art of Rally. So just give me a minute to load that up. And close down a couple of apps I don't need. And here it is. As always, like doing the events. So the weekly event has just ticked over, so we have the final results from last week. We got 49th in the weekly event, top 10% by the end of it. I remember that was we did that on yesterday's stream. Not yesterday's, Friday's stream. If you want to go watch that back, there are timestamps for each of streams. I might have to do that one though. There should be timestamps on it, so you can quickly jump through. That was going well until I think it was Race Labs decided to alt-tab me out of Art of Rally, minimize the program, which was a bit frustrating. And then on Friday we also did daily event. We got P8 in that one, top 2%. That went really well. So let's see what we can do today. We've got Group A class at Norway for 3.2 gravel stage. Now immediately what's coming to my mind is Friday's daily event stage was a very quick stage requiring a lot of commitment through high-speed corners. As you're seeing so far, this is a very technical stage. Oh, that's... That, I thought that was going to go so much worse there. That was such an awkward jump. I thought the car was going to spear off the stage. It is a little bit twitchy, so it is. But yeah, we got quite lucky on that jump landing. Ooh, just keeping it out of the trees there. Final corner now. 151.5, I can tell you that won't be top 10, that'll be 40th. It was a little messy at points. No big mistakes. Picked us top 15%. Yeah, I thought it could have been a little higher up there, but that was still fun. I'm just thinking, you know what? I am going to do the weekly event now. Just get over and done with. We've got Group 4 also at Norway. Starting off with a 2.7 mile stage. In a BMW M1. Car was a little slower to shift through the gears than I was expecting. So I've managed to turn myself back into the high bale accidentally. So that'll have cost us a bit of time, but it could be worse. As you'll know if you were here on Friday and watched last week's weekly stage or weekly rally event. I was expecting that corner to be a bit tighter than it was. And there's the stage finish. We'll start off with 146.7. Puts us 44th, top 25%. We can definitely improve upon that after that mistake. Now we've got a tarmac stage of 2.8 miles. Just clipped the hay bale again. there's the finish. 2-minute 2.6. Puts us up to 27th. That's quite the jump up, but still in the top 15%, interestingly. There we get a chance for a par. Even with those little 2 taps on high wheels, only you have to clean the car, no damage other than that. But now let's see if we can... I want to try and get into the top 20. Or the top 10%. I've just realized why the percentage maybe seems a bit off. It's because I'm doing this event on the first day of the event, whereas usually I do these weekly events towards the end of the week on a Thursday or a Friday, when there's only a couple of days remaining. Onto some gravel now. Something I'm glad we haven't encountered so far is what's not coming to mind? The frozen lakes. I mentioned in previous stream they can be quite difficult to see the stage on. Doesn't look like we'll be encountering any in this event. We've got ourselves up to 21st. Very technical stage this. Just got off that jump at the wrong angle. Completing a 360 off the tree. Didn't lose us too much time. Front wheel lifted up quite a bit there over a bump on the apex of that tight left-hander. You've also got to be careful with them. If you cut them too much, the game will reset you. And those who've been watching will know every time the game resets you, it also gives you a 5-second penalty. Can be quite costly. That'll be the end of the event with the 216.2. Even with that spin, we've got to 17th. Puts us in the top 10%. So getting both of the objectives I had for the event after the halfway point. Top 20 and top 10%. I can see there with the gaps. One less mistake there. We easily could have had 15th. Another couple of places. But we only had small mistakes, which is nice. No major mistakes, no resets, and thus penalties. So yeah, that is quite handy. But yeah, that will be it for the daily events for this week. Yeah, it was decent. Certainly it was not as good as last week's event was going before we got alt tabbed, thanks to Race Labs. Race Labs, by the way, is the app I use for the overlay we had on ACC, and of course, definitely not as good as the P8 run we had in the daily event on Friday. But yeah, and fun race. Didn't quite go away with a couple of incidents, but and making that mistake at the start, I can't believe myself. I'm not too annoyed about that mistake because, quite frankly, I was contemplating starting from pit lane anyway. Just as we've seen on the mini map, there was quite the mess at Eurasian Radion on the first lap, and who knows, we very well could have been a part of it had we started in our grid position. So I'm not too annoyed on that part. The norm pit was how far we had to trundle down pit lane. It wasn't like, oh yeah, wait 30 seconds and then drive out the pit exit. It was, right, wait 15 seconds and then also then drive down the pit lane for a minute. that's the that was the words. That's the bit that really cost us. Obviously, then if we didn't have to go rolling cross track at the halfway 30-minute mark, could have been 30 seconds up the road, if 25 seconds up the road. Of course, that spin at the end didn't make for any difference. Only cost us one position overall. Not too fussed on. Still got third in class, which is very good considering those points I've mentioned. But yeah, overall the race was fun, and that's what matters. That's what's important. We're back tomorrow for a bit of a classic race. 2007 F1 cars around Spa again. So more Spa action. And then I will be taking a bit of time off. There's some housework being done later next week. So I'm going to be taking that time to just probably clean up my setup, install an SSD into my PC, maybe get myself something from a sim rig. Don't know yet. We'll see about that. But yeah, just take a bit of time to get that done because I don't even know. Getting a new radiator in my room, and that requires me moving my bed, which is behind me. Thus, I have to move my sim rig, and if I have to move that, I also have to move bits of my like my PC monitor and stuff. So I've already got racing helmets. Back when I did karting. I've got I've kind of got two. One is a motorbike helmet that I got when I did indoor karting, and the other is an actual racing standards helmet for karting, or meets the racing specifications for karting. Bit more expensive, that one, even though it is a plain design, whereas the motorbike one actually had somewhat of a nice design. Are they stream compatible? Not really, no. I wouldn't be able to wear this headset if I had one, and I don't have an external mic to use. So it'd be a bit tough on that one. And honestly, using this headset's a bit of a must for me with just how it works. It allows me to do some things like audio wise. It has its own built-in 2-channel mixer, which is very, very useful. Is really useful in balancing sort of voice chats and game audio. A stream helmet would be fun. I don't know. It'd just be hot and sweaty, so it would. We need a nice cold winter's day for it, and even then it'll be a bit hot and sweaty. You know, definitely wouldn't be able to do it during the summer. That'd be way, way too hot. Way too hot then. A real sim. I'd love to say, oh, I'm going to begin motion rig. No, um, they do geeky. They do have their earpieces and mics. Bit of a difference there is, I do actually have the little earphones I could use with the helmet, but they're cheap and they're crap. But I don't have a mic I could use with the helmet. And yeah, the helmet radios, they'll cost a bit too. Not to mention, I don't. It's not like I've Bluetooth on my PC. I don't have any use for Bluetooth. It's like my room, my setup's already a mess of wires with the sim setup. So having extra wires for like a controller and headset and mouse, in my opinion, that's much easier than having to recharge headset and um, mouse every so often. Add more wires. There is enough wires here. It's one thing I kind of need to tidy up a little bit, but it's actually, at the moment, it's not doing any harm. And petition to help with an external mic. The problem with an external mic isn't buying one. I could easily buy one. It's where do I put it? I don't have a lot of room. I don't have anywhere to kind of like clamp it to or clamp a mic arm. And then because of sim racing, it's like, oh, I kind of need like space here for arms, so it can't really come from anywhere low down. It'd have to come from high up. And then when I've got a mic that's sitting out of frame high up here, sort of, it's going to be picking up the wheel sounds, the click clack, which already kind of comes through on the headset mic, but it'll only come more through. So from hang it from the ceiling, I technically could, but yeah, as I'm saying, like you'll just get wheel noises coming through more often. It'd be a bit of a pain to bit of a pain to manage audio wise. But yeah, I've actually thought about mounting like a monitor for my setup from the ceiling, because I've got the main monitor in front of me, and then I've got a second monitor that's off to my side here, that you constantly are seeing me look at. That's where chat is. So then I need the space off here to the left off this direction, because this is where I get in and out of the rig. This is the rest of my room way over here. You see, the direct drive isn't that loud, but it's like you're not going to stop the click clacks of my magnetic shifters. Geeky, you do not want to hear the quality of the webcam mic. You do not. No, you do not. I know this mic I have, this headset mic probably isn't the best of qualities for sure, but webcam mics, you should know, Geeky. They're awful. They are really awful. But yeah, I've thought about getting like another monitor up above would be nice. It'd be kind of easier if I could have it just above the webcam, so it'd be just above here. So then when I'm looking at chat, I could sort of just be looking slightly above the camera rather than having to look all the way over here. Completely off stream, off the camera. Whole test streams to experiment. I mean, yeah, there's just not much I can do. I mean, my neck shifters are quite loud. Like I can kind of hear the shifter when I'm shifting it here over myself. So it's like there's not much that can be done about it. The best thing I can do about it is have a mic that's in between me and the shifters that points towards me, which is what I currently have with this mic. Joe held you hostage. I mean, why would Joe hold you hostage though? Joe likes kissing boys. He's not. He doesn't have a reason to hold you hostage. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm kind of the same, Martin. I like throwing ideas out there. You know, not all of them will stick, of course, but you know, the ones that you can't complain about the solutions that don't fix anything, because then the times that you do find solutions that fix things, well, you know, it's what that thing. If you don't love me at my worst, you can't have me at my best. Sort of like meme pictures. He's a psychopath. He is a little bit, at least. Anyway, that is coming up to 20 past 10 now. I haven't had any food today, so I want to go get something to eat. Thank you all for stopping by. As I mentioned, there will be a stream tomorrow. That is starting. Maybe this will break. Maybe not. But tomorrow's stream should be starting about 8 p.m. UK time, so about an hour later than this stream started. There is a link to that stream in the community post that I made a week ago now, and I've also just made that stream public, so it should appear in your sub boxes if you're subscribed. But yeah, thank you, Martin, Geeky, Artie, for sticking around, chatting around. It's been nice to chat. Hope you enjoyed the racing. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you all have a great week next week. While I take that time off. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching, sticking around. Of course, I mentioned thank you to anyone else that may have been lurking during the stream. But yes, until next time, take care. See you all then. Bye bye.